Okay, next deity, Samantabhadra Yab-Yum. There's two Samantabhadras in Dharma. One is the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, and one is Kunzan Zambo Yab-Yum. Samantabhadra Yab-Yum is an Adi Buddha. ADI-BUDDA, Adi Buddha. Adi Buddha or Amit Samantabhadra with consort. Yab is the male father, Yum is the female mother. So please remember that. Yab, Y-A-B, father, male. Yum, Y-U-M, mother, female. Father, Yab, represents method / great bliss. Mother, Yum, represents wisdom and the realization of reality, emptiness. The realization of reality, emptiness, or in another word, the Great Seal, Mahamudra. Mahamudra in Tibetan is Dzogchen. Our mind has the potential to reach a Buddha mind. And the Buddha mind has the realization of reality. Therefore, it does not suffer. Ever. Because as a realization of reality, it doesn't suffer. It doesn't create suffering. It doesn't make suffering. It doesn't hint at suffering. And it totally eradicates suffering by wisdom. Knowing what your mind is, knowing what reality really is. That is represented by the consort that he is holding. He embraces his consort according to this realm's expectation, which is in sexual union. But it is not sexual union, it is union. It is union with what? With the holder and the one being held. The holder is Samantabhadra or Kunzan Zambo. And the holder is method, great compassion, bodhicitta. And that's the other quality that designates or identifies a true Buddha. One that has compassion, one that uses that as a method to become a Buddha. And that method, without wisdom, cannot become enlightened. Therefore, method embraces wisdom. Method embracing wisdom. Naked. Both beings are naked. One is blue, one is white. Both beings being naked symbolizes the naked truth, the naked mind. The mind free of all delineations. All delineations are free. All attachments, all labels, all games, all fears are free. When your mind is free of all this, you are naked. Why are you naked? Naked is truth. It's the truth of our nature, the truth of our existence. We came in naked. Nakedness has nothing to do with having no clothes on. Nakedness, in this sense, represents unobstructed truth, clarity. And therefore, these beings have reached unobstructed clarity of the truth. And because they have reached that, they embrace each other. And like that, we must practice method and wisdom. We must embrace method and wisdom in order to reach Adi Buddhahood. What is Adi Buddha? Adi Buddha is the mind potential to become a Buddha. Your secret source potential to become a Buddha. So they are exhibiting to you your potential of what you can be and what you need to embrace in order to achieve that and what you need to do. And Samantabhadra is blue in color, representative of Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya is Buddha's truth body. That's not perceivable by the ordinary mind. The Buddha has three bodies. And the truth body is the last of the third body, which represents truth. There is no form, there is no sound, there is no taste in this body. None. And white by the consort. White by the consort with a tinge of red represents the great bliss Buddha feels. A Buddha feels, or we will feel when we have achieved the Adi Buddha. So when we, in this planet, in this realm, the highest bliss we can experience is sexual union. That's what we think. So therefore, in Tantric Buddhism, when you reach the higher level and you basically cut off your gross attachments and gross desires, when you see these images that are very secret, it doesn't create desire or disgust or revulsion in your mind because you know the meaning. It tells you graphically what you need to do. So in this desire realms, desire, what we all want is sexual union, and we want that sexual bliss that arises from it, so we think. But our bliss and our union is contaminated. Why is it contaminated? Because every time we go into union, or we look for it, it creates more suffering and more unhappiness. Every time we go into union, every time we look for it, all the effort we put into going into union, getting a union, it creates more unhappiness, more frustration. And as Andy once said, there's no free lunch. But you know what? It's bigger than that. The minute you get into that, it's not the person not giving you a free lunch, it's yourself. So the more you do it, the more suffering you create. The more you chase after, the more unhappiness you get. Much more. And we can experience that in our lives. Those who don't have it, they want it, they suffer. Those who have it, they don't want it, they suffer. Either way. So, Kunzan Zampo, who has realized Dharmakaya, pure emptiness, he has become a Buddha, experiences great bliss, representative of his consort, because she represents extreme great bliss, but not bliss of a woman leading to a man, sexual bliss, no. She's not even a woman. She's not a man. He's not a man. That is your primordial mind, and it's naked truth, what you can achieve when you become a Buddha. So you continuously reside in great bliss. Continuously. And that is represented in your union. And you have achieved great bliss because you have become a fully enlightened Buddha, represented by the blue color of Dharmakaya. And you are in sexual embrace with your consort, but that consort actually is not a female or a lover. What it is your mind embracing itself. Its primordial nature. So therefore that iconography is extremely secret and very sacred. And that is not to be seen by normal, ordinary people. But today, things have degenerated a little. It's being sold, people like it, they find exotic, they say it's Buddha's having sex. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing. But if that's what it takes for people to see a Buddha. So Samantabhadra Yab-Yum. It's extremely secret. It's your primordial mind. What you're worshipping is your Buddha nature, and its embrace and its color represents the path and stages for you to reach that great bliss. So you're worshipping a Buddha and getting the qualities of Buddha, making offerings to collect the merits to become a Buddha, and at the same time, you are praising and following the direction of your natural mind and where it should go. To Samantabhadra Yab-Yum, to Kunzan Zampo's all Dharmakaya state embracing great bliss.
Does that mean that when they are meditating on when they talk about using the sexual intercourse onto the place of this meditation, it doesn't actually require the actual act, you can actually imagine.
Oh yes. That. You see, in fact, there are Mahasiddhas who use a consort, and a consort who use a male to attain that great bliss, but they are very advanced in their practice. And there are beings such as Lama Tsongkhapa and his order that does not recommend you using a consort, but using visualization as a deity with a consort to achieve that. It depends on what method you want to go. It depends on what direction and what lineage, it makes no difference. The danger is when you use visualization, it may not be as real and may take longer if you're not practiced. The danger of using a real consort is you fall into lust and pretend that's spiritual practice, and it's not.
So the consort and the practitioner must be equal?
Oh, they must be equal in attainments. Must be, and both will have the signs. Both will. And that is in practice of Tantra. In secret, there are many. And then in normal practice, there are beings who are highly attained. And by sexual cohabitation with these beings. They will plant the seeds of enlightenment through you because of your desire mind. They will use sexual energy in order to plant the seeds to create desire in you, to open up a connection and affinity with you, and through that they plant a seed in your mind. So in the future, because at this stage of the game, you probably can't go beyond that. So it'll take you another few lifetimes to actually open up the seeds where they plant the seeds in you. Many methods, not one, many. Many.
Is the consort another Buddha that we know, which just
The consort is representative of a facet of enlightenment that is your potential, and it itself is a Buddha.
does she have a name?
Kunzul Tams. You actually you don't put a name. They don't really have a name. They're Dharmakaya and Great Bliss. That's their names. Dharmakaya and Great
So
Bliss.
it's slightly different from like Vajrayogini and Hiruka.
Yes, because they represent a state of mind that you achieve. Vajrayogini and Hiruka is a method.
Okay.
Vajrayogini and Hiruka are the methods. They're actually Vajrayogini and Hiruka's texts are manuals and methods and steps to actually follow for you to become enlightened. It's like an IKEA, manual to put a table together. If you follow it, the table comes together. Same. It's a manual. Profound.